There it is. Loranne oil extracts. Thank you, Rhett Butler. Do you know what I can do with these? Do you know what I can do with these? The baked goods, the ice cream, the icing sugar, flavored however I want, lemonade, smoothies, maybe even a health drink. Maybe even a health drink with this, let's see, cherry flavor. Cherry flavored health drink, yeah. You ever tried cherry and spinach? Maybe I will! Thank you, Rhett Butler! Greetings! Welcome to Cooking with Batman and Friends! Cooking with Batman! Today I am going to make a fall specialty. I'm going to make the apple pie bombs. What makes it a bomb and not just a pie? You'll have to wait and find out. But first, we're going to take off our...
Did you say apple?
1, where did you come from? And 2, welcome to Cooking with Batman and Friends.
This isn't the same as the last kitchen I was in when I was here with you.
Aw.
I don't understand.
And your crime-fighting van braces, because we're here to cook, not to fight crime. Let's get these things off and out of the way.
Oh, look at you,
We're
little
gonna roll up
Mr. Bat.
Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna wash my hands. I don't think you know. You were born before germ theory, right?
What?
Do you predate germ theory?
I...
We'll go with a yes. We don't have to worry about everyone. We don't have to worry about a thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. Now I have pre-cut apples. If there's one thing I've learned from all of your feedback, it's that Batman spends too much time cutting apples.
I think something's missing. I'll be back.
Okay.
Something's missing from your kitchen, Mr. Bat.
Okay. So here, what we have is apples. We're going to preset our oven to, let's go 350. I was going to go 300. You know what? We're winging it. We're winging it. So what's in here? What is in here? We have lemon juice so far in here. We can always add some more. They've been in here for a couple of hours. They've been macerated. These apples are already pre-softened. The other thing I already have in there is vanilla extract. You know I love vanilla extract in most of my baking, so that's already in there. Next, we're gonna take a little bit of salt. And we're gonna go ahead and, oh look, it's a Granny Smith apple. That's what I have in here. What is that thing you have? That thing is creepy. What is with the nose on that thing? People say I have a big nose.
It seems to be missing from your little set, Mr. Bat.
These are Granny Smith apples. They're not cubed. I just cut them the normal way. They're skinned, and they're already cut. That's already in there. But I'm not gonna make you watch me do it. So next what we have is golden yellow sugar. How much do we need? A lot, apparently. Oops. Oops. Yes, that is much better. Did you fall on your head?
Why? Why do you ask such a rude question?
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. You know what? Some of the best women have fallen on their head.
I love
I've got
apples,
some
but
sugar
you
here.
don't want to eat the poison.
So I've tried Lantic brand sugar. I don't like it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's exactly the same, but I like my Red Path. We're gonna take some sugar. Yes, just sugar it up, because that makes it nice and sweet. Apples on their own are not sweet. Some people will tell you that they are, but they're not. Now we have a couple of things here.
You
we
know
have
what? If you give a grumpy person some sugar, it makes them sweet and happy.
Wow. You know who you are. Go and eat sugar.
I think you need some sugar, Mr.
No, I'm cooking. I already.
Oh, you need some sugar because you seem to be very grumpy.
There, I have some sugar.
Oh, you seem to be very grumpy.
I'm not grumpy. I'm upset about that. That's my nemesis watching us cook.
But he's so happy.
Caramel
And
extract.
You're so grumpy.
Imitation caramel extract. Just a little bit. Now,
Ooh, caramel.
this is super strong. These are those Loranne oils that we were just discussing. Super powerful. You know what? 2 drops at the most for this. So what we're gonna do, because it's very hard. I'm not the most stable person. I'm kind of like the Michael J. Fox of cooking. We're just gonna go for 1 drop, and if we end up 2, that's okay.
That was a horrible thing.
Well, okay,
to say.
1. You know what? If I try for 2, I'll probably get 3. So we're gonna stop right there. That is enough. Here we go. What can we mix this with? What can we mix this with?
Ooh.
You know what? I'll mix it with, a fork. I have a fork here. We'll mix this up with a fork. That's okay.
Ooh.
That's okay.
I've never had. What are you making? Apple pie bombs?
Yes. And now we're gonna take some cinnamon. Don't go overboard, but let's use a decent amount of cinnamon. Let's use. Look, we're actually using a proper scooper. We're gonna use 1/3 of a teaspoon of. No. 1/3 plus 1/8 of a teaspoon. 1/3 of a teaspoon of cinnamon plus 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon plus. Let's go. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's nutmeg it up. We're gonna go like. We're going extreme here. This is like.
Oh, Mr. Bat.
When it comes to nutmeg, a 1/4 of a teaspoon is going overboard.
This is covered in grease.
What?
This is covered in grease. You shouldn't be putting them away like that.
Oh, well, you know what? Maybe.
Oh, you remind me of Grumpy. Because he
Grumpy.
wouldn't clean.
Grumpy, that's just someone's name.
Yes,
Somebody had a kid and named it Grumpy.
Yes, that was one of his.
Was it a nickname?
No, that was his name. And he was very grumpy, and he wouldn't wash his hands, and he wouldn't clean house. And you remind me of Grumpy.
And what did we do with Grumpy? Did we take him to the gallows?
That's a horrible thing to say.
Well, what did we do with Grumpy?
Well, I got married with the prince, and I had to say goodbye to all my dwarf friends.
Dwarf.
Do you know the names of the dwarfs, Mr. Bat?
I believe its name was cornstarch and a little water. Now, normally in an apple pie, we would use a bunch of flour. We're not doing flour this time because we're cooking on the stove. So we can go ahead and we can just do this right here. And we're just gonna pour that right in. We made our cornstarch. That was a heaping teaspoon of cornstarch and a little bit of a glass of water.
Cornstarch is very bad for you.
No, I'm not taking any. I'm making dessert here, sweetheart.
Oh, don't call me that. You call me Snow White.
Oh.
Or you may call me Mrs. Charming.
Okay. Oh, there we go. So here is our big old thing. Now we are going to we're gonna cook this on the stove, and that means that we're gonna be minimizing the time that we need inside the oven for this. We're gonna bring this to a soft boil out of my way in the kitchen.
Why is this box so cold?
It's an ice box. It keeps things cold so that they don't spoil.
But I didn't see ice in it.
Well, I don't live with 7 men to eat me out of house and home, so I need my stuff to last me more than 6 hours.
You know, if you at least lived with one man, you'd be cleaner and you would be healthier.
We call those homosexuals, and you are right that they are cleaner than the average man.
But I was getting that vibe from you in the first place.
What?
Well, that, you prefer the company of men. I prefer the company of men.
Are you talking about a bro down or something more?
Well, I just mean I like the company of lots of men because you can train them to do things. Like clean the house and make a pie. Oh, you're already getting started. This is absolutely
Okay, you know what? Everyone, the next step
I'm making a pie. You're on the right track, Mr. Bat.
We're on the right track. You know what? Maybe you should stop interrupting me so that I can make some things here. So while that's cooking behind me, and we'll take a break once we have nothing else to do except for wait and stir, we're gonna add some sugar. A good amount of sugar right there. Just that red path sugar. And we're gonna take some cinnamon. Yeah, I know, we've been going overboard with the cinnamon, but not really, because if it was overboard, that would mean that there's too much. There's not too much.
Cinnamon is so sweet in apples.
It is.
Oh.
It is. Cinnamon is so sweet, everyone. Listen to her. Cinnamon is very sweet.
I'm very good with making pies for men, especially lots of men. They like my pie.
You know,
they say my pie is.
Do you have a place to live?
Sweet and creamy.
So you're telling me you like living with men and you like cleaning and you like cooking apple pies?
Yes.
Do you have a place to live?
Well, yeah, I live with the prince.
Oh,
I used to live with the men, and they said my pie was the best tasting pie of all the women of the land.
Is that a euphemism?
For what?
Are you coming on to me?
I don't think
This is pure seduction, everyone! This is seduction at its finest!
I'm very flattered, but I'm married. I don't know where you're getting this kind of thing
Are
from,
you a
Mr.
prude?
What? A prude?
Pregnant! Okay. So at least we're not a level 1 prude.
I don't think I've ever made a prune pie before.
Oh my, okay.
Oh,
Everyone, we have this over here. We're just gonna stir it. Remember, we want it to come to a soft boil, so we'll give this a quick stir. We have a couple more things that we're going to do because this is actually going to come to fruition very quickly. Next up, I have these. I took a lot of time. You can get these little things from the from like near where you get Ziploc bags and everything. You get the little tins, and I made myself a bunch of dough. And it takes a while, and you roll it all out.
Mr.
And
Rat?
I made myself a few different types here.
What exactly is this?
Oh, you are so beautiful! I just stunned at your beauty. I turned around and you were there. And,
Thank you.
so we have some pies here.
You really need to eat more sugar.
I should eat more
I think
sugar.
you'd be a nice person.
You know what? I have
or
some
if you
people.
met a nice young man.
There are some people that tell me that I should eat less sugar. Can you believe that?
Oh,
That's a horrible thing to tell me.
Oh no,
So what
that's
we're
a
gonna do-
horrible thing. You know, if you met a nice young man, you know, maybe you'd
What are you implying exactly? And
Well, you come off to me as someone who needs a nice man in his life. I know I needed a nice man in my life, and that's how I found the prince.
all right, so I have a couple of thick crust pies here and a couple of thin crust pies here that I prepared so meticulously. And while doing so, you might notice that one, I don't need anything. I'm not rolling them out. They're already basically done. And I'm not keeping the tins, except for these 6. These are going to be little special
What is
bonuses,
this?
but they're not apple pie bombs. That is the Kraken. There's actually a whole story on that. If you go to
It looks evil.
No. If you go to the website, there's a whole story about the depths of the Kraken and the finest rums. And
Oh no! Oh, that smells like spirits. That's spirits, isn't it? It's spirits.
so you are approved. Everyone, I will check back with you once I have this all going here. I just have to get this up to a nice soft boil for about 5 minutes. We're gonna steam it off. We're gonna activate our cornstarch, and wow, look at you. You are just like a gutter tramp, aren't you? I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
No, who's the prude?
Eureka!
It smells so wonderful.
It does smell. Ow, it's hot.
Don't
Okay.
burn yourself.
Yes. Eureka, everyone! It has come to a soft boil. We're now going to kill the heat, and we're going to let it simmer and thicken. We have to let the cornstarch do its stuff. So we're going to give it another 10 minutes or so before we do anything else. But now that I've killed the heat, as you can see, I've laid some things out here. I've got these. I'm just going to turn them into little tarts. And that'll just be fun to have some. It has nothing to do with apple bombs. This is just making some apple tarts for fun.
That is fun.
And then we've got these. We can make really small ones simply by folding them in half. We can have some that we cram together like a couple of clamshells. We've got our thin crust ones that'll let us fill it right to the brim and tighten it up. Then we have our
Make it
thick
into
crust
the
ones.
ball.
And those ones are going to be really good. Now you want to get a good overlap, but we'll show you that later. Meanwhile, I'll see you in like 10 minutes when this is thickened up.
You know what was fun, Mr. Bat?
It is fun.
No.
It's fun. Oh, ignore the hamburger buns, everyone. Those are just something that kind of they
No.
sit there. I'm a burger man.
You know what was fun? The spirits. The
Oh.
spirits. They make me feel things I've never felt before.
Oh, I see.
Ooh.
You know what? Help yourself. Everyone else does.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna stir that anymore. I'll see you in like 5 minutes, 9 minutes, whatever. Don't drink the whole thing, Snow.
Should I?
I'm not seeing any more steam really escape. Oh, just a little bit. So that was a little bit longer than expected.
That took a really long time, Mr. Bat.
Yes, I'm making apple bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, that took about half an hour
I
for
know.
this to cool and thicken. But here we go.
I feel really interesting.
So, you sound like you're the one who's bombed. Let's start with my tarts, shall we?
I thought you were making bombs.
I am making bombs, but first I'm just gonna start with my little tarts here because they're really quick to just kind of show you
That's
what the premise
stupid.
is going to be.
Oh.
There it is. There's one. Okay, now this is my thin crust. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this and we're gonna go ahead and go like this. Remember, it's a thin crust, so I have to be a little more careful with this one. That might even be too much filling. But what we're gonna do Now normally I'd fold this left to right, but for you, I'm gonna fold it away from myself, like this.
That's so... You're not making a pizza though.
Oh no, it's not a pizza.
Well, you're talking about thin crust.
Yes, because it is a thin crust on it. There we go. There we go. Here's our first apple bomb. We're gonna place it right here, like that. And what we're gonna do is we're going to take some butter. Now, normally I would use real butter. You can if you want to, but this is Becel butter that is warmed up to room temperature.
It's healthy, isn't it, Mr. Bat?
Yes, it's hard to, that's why we're doing it. Not because it's nice and soft and easy to sprinkle on. There we go. Now remember, your filling is already completely cooked, so all we're trying to do is get a nice bronzing on here. Now, instead of wax paper, you know what? I will show you another alternative that you can do. You can fry pan them, or you can do this. You can butter your wax paper.
That's so smart.
You can butter your wax paper. In fact, we're gonna do that for the rest of them. We're gonna butter it. Yeah, butter that wax paper.
Ooh.
Oh my. Oh my.
That's so interesting.
Yes, it is interesting, isn't it? And we're gonna take our cinnamon sugar. We're just gonna go like this. Now, I know it's not like that.
Do you know what temperature you're supposed to cook them at?
Well, it depends how crispy you want them. I'm doing 350 because it's the standard baking temperature and it's very safe. It's very safe.
I don't want the bombs to explode.
Well, they're not that kind of bomb. They're not going to explode. There is no gunpowder in here. The closest thing that we could call it to gunpowder on these would be the nutmeg. Now this little apple bomb is just a couple of tarts. See how there's different sizes? They should all take approximately the same amount of time to cook. Why do they take the same amount of time to cook? Because the interior is already cooked. We're only cooking the outside. And when you're only cooking the outside, you don't have to worry about what's going on inside. So we can go ahead and we can do this. And you know, we'll sprinkle them all and paint them all at the end. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a couple of minutes here and we'll cut back once I have this tray loaded up.
Ooh! Yum!
Lots, don't skip out. Oh, we're back. Don't skip out on the cinnamon sugar. Do not skip out on the cinnamon sugar. There we go. These babies are all ready to go in the oven and they'll be done. You know what? Let them cook. Let them cook. You want to get some bronzing. Here's a tip that's not covered. Here's a tip that's not covered. Get them golden bronzy, but nothing more. So that is our tray right here. In they go. The tarts. You know what? The tarts are. They're just.
I thought you were making bombs, not tarts.
I did make bombs.
But what are the tarts for?
The tarts are just to use some of my excess apples up.
Oh.
Don't worry about them. In fact, you know what? I'm not even cooking it. I don't have room. I don't have a tray.
Oh,
I don't,
that's good.
It doesn't, I'll see
Put
you.
them in the ice box thingy that makes stuff cold.
It keeps the Kraken cold, and then and when the Kraken is cold, it numbs the taste, and then you can't tell how bomb you're getting.
I really like this.
I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
I like this.
And here, don't do what Donnie does.
Not at all.
Well, anyways, when I say put them in for 10 minutes, what I mean is watch to see how long I put them in for, and then put them in for that long. It's been more than 20, but less than 30 minutes. And yes.
You don't know how to make these at all.
Sure I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I did them. You know what? I'm a professional chef. Therefore, I eyeball everything, and everything is it's reaction.
If you were a professional chef, you'd have a chef's hat.
I do have a chef's hat. Robin destroyed it. Aha! Ta-da! Look at them. They're wonderful.
Only a couple of those look like bombs. The other ones look like turnovers, Mr. Batman.
And my tarts, I found a way to put them in there. I put them inside of the little pie plates that I said I wouldn't use. See? I found a way to do everything. Now, of course this wouldn't be good if we didn't, at least sample them somehow.
You're going to burn your mouth, don't you dare.
Well, then sample with a knife cut.
No.
So what I did is I waited until they just started to bronze up a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Is that one bombing it up for you?
Kinda.
Yeah. And what we're gonna do is my knives aren't very sharp. So you know what? I was going to just cut it in front of you, but I'll make a fool of myself. So instead I'm going to kind of secretly hack at this, and then we'll see what happens. Oh, actually this is not doing too bad. Okay, I grabbed my sharpest knife. Ta-da!
You need sharper knives, Mr. Bat.
And there we have it. That is an apple bomb steaming up. So delicious. So.
It's okay looking.
He wants me to eat it.
It smells wonderful, but
It should smell wonderful.
they don't look the best.
Would you like a bite?
No, it's too hot. You can burn your own mouth. I'd rather not.
Ha!
Yeah.
Ha.
Yeah, make a fool of yourself. Is it hot, Mr. Bat? Idiot. Thank you so much, everyone. Be sure to subscribe if you'd like to see. Never mind. Don't subscribe. Yeah? No. I'm gonna go back to Fantasyland now. Maybe I can find some more spirits there. Or, you know what?
Bon appetit! Dessert is served!
I'll take this back to Fantasy World.
Fantasy
You
World is
want?
not... She's going the wrong way, but don't tell her. Maybe she'll wander into my bedroom. Bon appetit. It's dessert. Or a meal. I could eat these as a meal. After I'm done scraping off that little peel of skin on the roof of my mouth. Good night!